Hi, everyone. I'm Terry Bolivar. I am a speech language pathologist with Hearing and Speech Nova Scotia and the Provincial Preschool Autism Service. And welcome to the Provincial Preschool Autism Service's Autism Education Series. Today's topic is on engagement, and the information in this video is meant for parents, families, and caregivers of individuals with autism spectrum disorder and provides information and strategies about engagement. The information in this video is not meant to replace medical assessment or treatment recommendations. And if you do have concerns about your child, please reach out to your family doctor, your nurse practitioner, or your treatment team. Learning about autism can be hard and brings up a variety of emotions. Remember to take care of your own mental health. And if you have concerns, please reach out to Nova Scotia Health's mental health and addiction support online or by phone. So, like I said, today's session is Engagement 101. There will also be a follow up session called Social Communication 101, which will be beneficial to watch after watching the engagement video. Hearing and Speech Nova Scotia is located in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people for over 13,000 years. As an organization in Mi'kma'ki, Nova Scotia, focused on serving our community, we commit to working together with Indigenous communities and leaders to co-create a path forward focused on reflection, understanding, awareness, reconciliation, and action that honors the knowledge, wisdom, and strengths of Indigenous peoples and recognizes the historic and present-day harms and trauma experienced by Indigenous peoples. Wanted to make a note about language because Canadians on the autism spectrum have diverse opinions on language and how they wish to be referenced. Many prefer identity first language, autistic, while others would rather use person first, person with autism. This is an ongoing discussion within the autistic community. The autistic community, and to be respectful of everyone's unique preferences, references to autism are used interchangeably within this resource with the hope that everyone can see themselves reflected in the way that they desire. So let's talk about engagement. What is engagement? Engagement is two or more people engaging and enjoying the same activity at the same time. And engagement can look different for everyone. We engage with others in lots of different ways. Some of us engage through talking paired with body language. Some of us communicate through facial expressions, and others might communicate through looking and smiling. And what do we know about engagement and autism? For children with social communication difficulties or for children that are autistic, engagement may feel more difficult. They may be less motivated to engage with others. They may not know how to engage with others. And engagement is considered a pivotal area of development. And what that means is that by supporting children with engagement, we often see areas of development like play skills, looking, and overall communication skills improve by working on engagement alone. We also know that by supporting engagement, we're creating a safe space for children to learn new skills, and we can also really decrease frustration for children. Joint attention may also be challenging for your child, which is under the umbrella of engagement. And Hannon defines joint attention as two people paying attention to the same thing and letting each other know that they are sharing that moment. They do this by looking at each other, gesturing, pointing at it, and or saying something about the thing that they are paying attention to. It is often easier for children with autism to focus on objects than it is for them to focus on other people. And it's also the case that children can often attend to objects for longer periods of time than they can attend to other people. So, what can we do to increase a child's attention and motivation to engage with other people? One of the first strategies that we're going to talk about is the importance of getting face to face. How? How do we get face to face? Depending on where your child is positioned with their play or what they're doing, we may sit on the floor, we might lie on our belly, or we might squat on our knees if they're standing. We may also put the child face to face with us in our lap during fun people games and reading activities. So, for example, if we were playing a game of horsey, we might put the child face to face with us on our lap so that we can be at the same level as them and so that we're oriented toward each other. If the child moves, we want to make sure that we ourselves as adults are the ones to move so that we're then face to face again with the child so that we can decrease the need for the child to move themselves. And why do we want to be face to face? By being face to face with kids, we're showing them that we're attending to them, we're interested in them, and we're understanding them. It also supports looking, and it can help them to see how we talk. So, how we're putting sounds together into words, as an example. It also has some benefits for us as adults in that it gives us a better view of what the child is interested in, and it helps us to see the child's facial expressions and how they are responding to what is happening around them. It can be really tempting when we're teaching children new skills to want to direct their attention to us and lead the play by sharing ideas. However, this can be challenging for some kids. By following your child's lead, we are making engagement as easy as possible for them, and they will be more likely to learn new skills. So, what can we do first? First, we can take a step back and watch your child while they play. Just observe them and watch what your child is interested in playing with and how they are playing with it. Sometimes kids play with things that are not toys, or they might play with a toy in a way that is different. And that's okay. We all explore our environment in different ways. Once we get an idea of what the child is playing with and what they're interested in playing with and how, we can join in with the child and do what they do by copying them. So if they have a car that they're playing with, we can get our own car and we can copy the actions that they're doing. If they are playing with a string because they like things that are long, we can get our own string and we can play with it in the same way that they are. And then we can add on to their play and use words to talk about the play. So maybe perhaps with the string, we add on to the play by showing them that they can make it look like a snake and we can make the snake sound. Or perhaps if they're playing with a barn and they like to open and close the doors, we can join them in opening and close the doors, but then expand and add on to that play by opening the door, putting an animal inside the barn, and then closing the door. The reason that we really want to be thinking about following a child's lead is that children are more likely to learn if they are leading the play. And children are more likely to pay attention to us if we are doing something that they think is fun. It's also a way for us to keep it fun. We want to really make sure that we're keeping things fun so children are more likely to want to stay with the activity and to stay with us. So, what we know is that by following their lead, we can observe what the child likes to do, what objects they like to play with, and what actions they like to do within the play, and also how they like to explore their environment. We also want to be thinking about our own um, our own kind of like voice and our body language. So we want to be cheerful. We want to have an open body language. We want to make fun sounds. If they're playing with a barn, we want to make silly farm animal sounds. We want to make exaggerated gestures and facial expressions to show them that we're having fun. And if we do something and your child laughs, repeat it. Do it again so that you're getting a really positive engagement and interaction started. One point I want to make is that it can be really helpful to limit distractions. When supporting engagement, it can be helpful to decrease distractions so that we can start the interaction and it's just us. It can be really challenging for children to divide their attention between an activity like a show or a favorite music video and us. So, turning off the TV and putting away the phone or tablet can increase your child's attention and help them to focus on us. And if your child is motivated by electronics, one thing you might consider is transitioning to something else that you know they really enjoy so that they're not as likely to get upset. So maybe when the TV goes off, they get to go outside and play on the swings or they get to have their favorite snack. Another great way to encourage engagement is through the use of people games, which are games that involve just the child and us. So these are games that the child might want us to do something for them. It might also be something a game where they actually need us. So as an example, songs are a great opportunity to engage with children. We might do songs with actions like row, row, row your boat. We might do the finger family song. We may do head and shoulders, knees and toes if they're interested in that. Tickles are another really great people game that children tend to be quite motivated by. Horsey ride, where we're bouncing them on our lap, face to face. Bubbles, where a child might have a hard time blowing the bubbles themselves. We can kind of become that person that's helping them with that, and then they're more engaged with us through the bubble play. Pushing them on a swing, also face to face, chasing them, playing peekaboo or hide and seek. There are, of course, many more people games that you might choose based on your child's interests. Like, if they like to spin, spinning them might be a really great activity to consider. And you can work with your therapy team to come up with more ideas to support your child and with engagement within people games. So, to finish up, engagement really looks different for everyone. And some of the things that we can really do to support increasing engagement include getting face to face, following your child's lead, copying what they're doing, adding to their play and modeling language, keeping it fun, limiting distractions, and integrating people games into your interactions. Thank you so much for watching this video about engagement. We hope this video has been a helpful learning tool. And please know that the strategies that we talk about in this video will be supported by trained clinicians in real life scenarios as part of the preschool autism service. We look forward to partnering with you. Thanks so much.